Hello, my friends. Long time no see. Right. So, I'm sorry I've been gone for so long. I know I sound like a broken record, but like life has just been crazy difficult for me lately. I have had so much going on with work and my personal life. It's just been a headache. But I am trying to get myself back in order, get everything kind of laid out for me to have a great couple months here creating content for you guys. I've got awesome videos lined up. I'm working on several already. I've got some cool new files that I want to share with you guys as far as my 3D printed stuff. I got a green screen. I got a better microphone. I got a better camera. This is still the same old one, but I'm going to be able to shoot. The webcam is going to be 1080p, 60 FPS. I got a Logitech StreamCam Pro. I just need to get an adapter for it. It came with a nice little metal tripod and everything too, but I'm gonna mount it up here like I have this one. But anyways, I'm trying to get all my tools together to make the best content for you guys I can. Uh, so I hope you guys enjoy what we have coming up. I'm also working on some graphics for the channel, so like maybe a new icon, maybe some like background effects for the green screen and everything. Uh, just gonna do a lot more production quality. So this one will not have increased production quality, but everything after this one should, because I should have more time. Fingers crossed, going forwards to edit stuff. Editing is the hardest part about doing any kind of content creation. You cannot tell me otherwise. It is a pain. Also, sorry, I'm purple. One of my light bulbs is messed up. I'm also working on lighting here. I got a nice little light right here, but I'm working on some other lights. So sorry for right now. We're still working with some kind of my hand tied behind my back, but we're getting everything together to have a great couple months. Heading into the holidays, we're gonna get some stuff laid out for you guys. Going into Dynasty release, right? That's coming pretty soon. So I hope you guys are hyped. I hope to see you guys on the channel going forwards. But anyways, let's get into the video. So I have a couple things to talk about for you guys today. I had the privilege of going to Nationals in Charlotte here last weekend. I had a wonderful time with that. But that's a video for another day. I'm working on a video for that. I didn't get a chance to record a whole lot of video there because I was playing matches the entire time. So I did constructed events the whole weekend. So got lots of play experience against some really awesome people. I get to meet some really cool people. Got to meet Mansant, awesome guy. If you ever have a chance to meet him, please do. He is one of the coolest people I've ever interacted with. DM Armada judged the cosplay contest that I was part of. So if you've seen pictures of the cosplay contest, I was the kind of like reddish colored Viscerai. That was the first time I've ever done anything cosplay related. But if you want to hear the full story there, and talking about Mansant and DM Armada and all those guys, I'm creating another video about that. But I've been grinding Flesh and Blood since then, and before then as well. Just absolutely making some cool decks, playing some cool decks. There's this really cool, crazy controlled dash deck that was going around. I got third in Nationals, and I definitely want to make a video covering this. What matchups it's better than like the standard, flexible dash, which ones it's worse against. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we are definitely heading into like a control meta, a control meta. So almost, I'd say probably a good half of the field at Nationals and also like all the side events and everything were control. So Icelander, like I said, there was control dash or two. There was so many dashes. I ran dash the whole weekend, and I had a lot of fun playing dash. I love dash. She is awesome. So definitely my favorite hero to play currently. The only hero I've taken to competitive events. So I did pretty well with her. Had about 50% win rate, which is what I consider to be doing well. And then we had Icelander and Oldham's galore. I actually did really well against Oldham. I think Dash is really good into Oldham. But like I said, we're gonna talk about that more in the Nationals video. But I've been picking up all these weird little interactions that I wanted to tell you guys about. Things that I thought were fun that I wanted to tell you about that people maybe don't talk about as much, or that I just thought were cool and wanted to share. Right. So let's go ahead and get into the video properly. The first interaction, and I saw this firsthand, was Spoils of War. So I have only ever seen this card played in Kasai in Blitz, because Kasai cares about copper creation. She cares about giving weapon attacks go again. She cares about really cheap stuff buffing her weapon attacks, and it blocks for 3. So this is a One cost, red, blocks for 3, warrior action. It gives your next weapon attack +2 and go again. And whenever a weapon you control hits this turn, create 2 copper tokens. So you might be thinking this kind of like weird cool tech is, oh cool, you can run cash in if you're running this card. But that's not the case. Don't run cash in, because the number one reason why I see this card like outperforming other like go again enablers or whatever in Dorinthia, and this is specifically for Axis Dorinthia, is if you're playing this into Dromai. Because one of Dromai's best toolbox pieces, in my opinion, is Kyloria. And Kyloria says, here, let's pull it up real quick. Kyloria says it has 4 attack, 2 health. Whenever Kyloria hits a hero, gain control of an item they control. If you don't gain control of an item this way, draw a card. So this is Snatch on a stick. 4 attack, yeah, it's kind of awkward to block, right? You have to block with 2 cards or defense reaction or card and equipment, all that fun stuff. But there's one thing that I think you see where this is going. Copper tokens are items. So if you play Spoils of War into Dromai, when Kyloria goes, because you don't get the choice in this matter, right? It's either you take an item, if they have one. If they don't have an item, then you get to draw the card. So basically, you're going to stick Dromai with a bunch of useless coppers when they hit with Kyloria. So you can let that 1 damage leak, or even let the full 4 damage leak. You don't care, because you're not giving them a card. You're giving them a copper, which is basically worthless for a Dromai, because you're not going to pay 4 resources to draw a card unless you're just, I mean, it might help them filter the hand, but at that point, you're basically taking their whole turn for them to filter their hand, because Dromai is very red centric, right? But yeah, this is a cool interaction I saw. I saw somebody take down a Dromai with Dorinthia, and one of the main reasons they won was because they were running Spoils of War and it took away their card draw. Really cool, and it's something that I don't think a lot of people have thought about. Another one that I personally found to be pretty useful, I've been running a lot of Levia, practicing on Talishar, which, if you didn't know, it used to be Flesh and Blood Online, now it's called Talishar. I've been grinding with Levia. I want her to be good so bad, and I'm actually finding very good success. I'm actually being successful with her, surprisingly. And I really thought the Icelander was going to be, and the ice heroes in general were going to be a very, very difficult matchup, because as Levia, you really need your whole hand, and like you kind of, if you're playing into Icelander, you kind of have to pick between, oh man, if they shut me down with frostbites or hypothermia or anything like that, am I taking blood debt this turn? So there's a lot of weird like trade-offs and everything. But Beast Within directly counters some of the toolbox pieces in the ice kind of arsenal, right? So Insidious Chill is disgusting. It's nasty, right? So if you're unfamiliar with it, there's also Amulet of Frost, Amulet of Ice, the Amulet from Everfest. Basically, there's a couple cards that say, and there's also one, oh gosh, I think it's something Ice Vein or Frost Vein or something. Regardless, there's several cards in the ice toolbox that say, if you ice fuse or if this hits, your opponent has to either pay 1 or discard a card. So Beast Within directly counters that, right? So if you're on Levia, it's your turn. You want to play something, but you don't have anything that banishes a 6 card attack, so you can turn off Blood Debt. If they hit you with any of those cards, you discard Beast Within, then it triggers this thing. So you keep banishing until you hit a 6+ attack, and then it goes to your hand. You've banished it, so it doesn't say it doesn't banish it. So basically, it banishes the 6+ attack card. Not only do you get the card back to hand, so it replaces itself, but you turn off Blood Debt because it's got 6+ attack. Sure, yeah, you might lose a couple hit points on this, but at the same time, that's so good for you. Even if it's on their turn or something, you directly counter that ability. That ability basically just says, exchange Beast Within for another card off the top of your deck, right? Like, it's so good. It feels so good when they do Insidious Chill or the Amulet, and you're just like, yeah, sure, whatever. Let me just cycle this, pretty much. So I love this card. This is probably one of my favorite Brute cards. I just think it's so good. I really want to build a Reinhardt deck. Reinhardt has been having some pretty good success in the meta too. And I think he is definitely in a much better spot than Levia, but of course Levia is the favorite here. But yeah, I really want to build a cool Rhinar deck. So I have two more for you. One is for all of the Dromai players out there. So I opened a freaking Ghostly Touch, and I did not understand this card. I don't think I do still. I still don't think I get this card fully. It seems so bad. So the art on it is beautiful. It is gorgeous. I love this. I like, look at this. It's just gorgeous, man. But basically it's this card, and you only time you get any kind of value out of this is if your opponent is constantly popping your Phantasm stuff, right? And then you can stack it up to, something big. Well, we'll say 10, right? If you have 10 of your Phantasms, so like 10 of your dragons or 10 of your like centipies or whatever popped, then you get your weapon becomes a 3-cost attack that does have go again. This is important. It does have go again with Phantasm though. So I'm like, if you're running into a lot of cards that pop your Phantasm, this is basically gonna blow up, right? Your opponents are just gonna throw another card in front of this and it's gonna pop. But I never considered that passing Mirage was a thing. So passing Mirage says your first illusionist attack each turn loses and can't gain Phantasm. Now this does have Spectra, so it can be targeted directly and blown up. But like, this makes Ghostly Touch, so if you're, it kind of makes Ghostly Touch like an alternate win con, right? So like, say you get something astronomical, you get 16 of your Phantasm cards get popped, and so now you've got this massive just fireball of a weapon on the field. So you can I've seen a lot of people. I was wondering why Dromais were running Mage Master Boots, and it's because you play passing Mirage, you get your action point back. Then you Ghostly Touch for like 16, no Phantasm, and it has go again. So, and of course it removes the counter, but your weapon is still there. So if they don't blow up the passing Mirage next turn, you could just do it again. It's just, like I said, basically an alternate win con for Dromai against heavy Phantasm poppers. So I don't know. I think that's pretty good. I think it's a pretty cool interaction. I still don't think Ghostly Touch is good, but it's definitely made an argument for why you can run this card above like the common one, basically. Finally, we have Glacial Horns. So I actually saw this used against Alexi. It was an Oldhim, and he was playing against Alexi. Or, I'm sorry, it was not an Oldhim, it was an Icelander, and he was playing against Alexi. There was this guy there with this crazy Lightning Lexi deck. It did a lot of damage, but it just didn't have the utility that like a Frost Lexi deck had. But the guy, he was the one who, if you've seen pictures of the cosplay contest, he was dressed up as York. He was one of my favorite opponents the whole day. Very, very, very nice guy. But I'm pretty sure it was him. It was somebody running Lexi, and their opponent played this turn like one. So the Lexi went first, and then they played this on their turn, and froze their card in Arsenal, and it was face down. So they couldn't flip it, so they couldn't get the other Arsenal for their helmet, the New Horizons. So basically, this card right here turns off our Rangers for like a whole turn, right? You freeze their card in Arsenal. What are they going to do? They can't attack you. Like, generally speaking, sometimes they run a couple attacks that, like, some of the stuff like Ravenous Rabble or oh gosh, what's the other one that puts a card on top of your deck? Seek Horizon, I think. Regardless, you're probably not going to have a lot of non-arrow attacks. So you're basically turning off their whole turn here. I think this is just really cool tech against Ranger. If you're having trouble with Azalea, God forbid, or Lexi in your meta, consider running Glacial Horns on any of your Ice Heroes. But that's it for me today. Like I said, expect more out of me. Expect a whole lot coming out of this channel pretty soon. Like I said, I dressed up as Viscerai, and I'm like halfway done with getting the files ready for that. I actually ended up having to do foam for a big chunk of the armor. I'm really, really pleased with how it turned out. I'll include some pictures and videos, possibly, definitely in the Nationals video. But I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Here we're coming up on Thursday. If you're anywhere in the path of that hurricane down south, just be careful. Stay safe. Once again, appreciate you guys so much for tuning in and watching, and I hope you'll come back and join us next time.